Anne, and welcome to Chronically Beautiful, where we're trying to live our best life, even though we probably don't feel like it. And today we are going to do a video about acupressure. Acupressure is something that I have used for years, just on myself. Kind of similar to acupuncture, but a lot of people don't know a whole lot about it and don't know how amazing and powerful it can be for alleviating the pain that comes with chronic illness or even just everyday life. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, stick around. First, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like and share, interact. When you comment on my videos and share them with other people and hit that like button, it's the best compliment you can give me, and it really helps YouTube to notice me. So without further ado, let's dive right in. I know it has been forever. I have been really struggling with motivation to do my hobbies. My house is clean. I've been doing a good job with that. I've been exercising every day. So there are a lot of things I'm doing well, but I just, for whatever reason, have been really struggling to get motivated to do my hobbies that I enjoy, and I love doing this. And amazing news, I am finally eligible for the YouTube Partnership Program, which means that I can apply to get monetized. So thank you all so much for that. It just blows my mind that people have watched my videos 4,000 hours in the last year. It's just crazy to me, like, really? It's wild. So thank you. So yeah, we're going to talk about acupressure. So years ago, when I was still first diagnosed, really trying to cope with a lot of incredible pain all the time, especially headaches and nausea. Those have always been like my go-to biggest, worst symptoms, and fatigue as well. But those two have been really terrible. I went to an acupuncturist. I went to see an acupuncturist, and I had done a lot of reading on it, and I really loved the idea of, you know, these pressure points and balancing your chi and all of those things. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but I really love that idea. And when I went to a really reputable practitioner in my area, and I could only go 2 times, and you had to lie so still. And it wasn't the needles that bothered me. You could like see them. Like I could see the ends of them like waggling while they stuck out of my face. Like that didn't bother me. It wasn't the needles or anything like that, which is what most people are afraid of in that situation. It was the having to lie so still. And it was only for like 20 minutes, but I could not do it. I could not hold still for 20 minutes. And thinking about needing to hold still made me so anxious that, you know, it's like everything itched all of a sudden. You had to go to the bathroom immediately. Like it was just the whole thing. And if I did move and like flexed a muscle somewhere and there was a needle in it, oh my God, did it hurt. So I only lasted through 2 sessions of that. I did get a lot of interesting tips from my acupuncturist, and she kind of introduced me to acupressure, which is a similar practice that you can do at home. Acupuncture, not so much. It does not work the same way to just take a pin and stick it in somewhere. So in traditional Chinese medicine, there are invisible paths that go all through our body, paths of energy called meridians. So the idea is that along these meridians, there are pressure points that connect our organs with different parts of our body. And you may have seen like socks that have pictures of all the different organs on the bottom of them. And so you can press on the different, or, you know, points on your foot and it connects with the organs. Well, that is what acupressure is. And so you could have an injury somewhere else and feel relief from it by pressing on a different point in your body. Because obviously I can't reach in and like, you know, massage my actual stomach, but there are points in my body that I can massage that will connect to that organ. I can't, you know, massage my sinuses in there, but there are places that really help. And they're really interestingly all over the body and not necessarily on that body part. Why should you use acupressure? In traditional Chinese medicine, the flow of energy is called qi. And the energy flows through these meridians, and they say that it can get blocked, causing different symptoms. Now, some people might not agree with the idea of qi and energy pathways, and it might be like a little bit new age for some people. There's a more kind of medical explanation that when you are massaging these different pressure points, it may release endorphins that might somehow ease the symptoms that you might be having by influencing the nervous system. The decision for me to start using acupressure was frankly that I was desperate for relief from my pain, real desperate. And I think a lot of us who suffer from these chronic illnesses and chronic symptoms and chronic pain, most of us are desperate enough to literally try anything. I mean, I had needles in my face. So the next step was to try to do this myself, and it worked out and turned out to be an awesome tool in my arsenal against pain. So that's why I tried it. But a lot of people use it for a lot of different reasons. Some people just use it to clear their chi and stay focused and keep their energy as they want it. I'm just desperate for anything to take away the pain. What kind of things does acupressure help? Well, there is an acupressure point for pretty much anything, including fatigue, insomnia, depression, nausea, headaches, migraines, menstrual cramps, motion sickness, muscle tension and pain, vomiting, stress, even a lot of chemo-related symptoms. I mean, the list is endless. Some people even have had luck using different acupressure points for weight loss on a regular basis, anxiety. There is a pressure point somewhere for everything, pretty much. Now, acupressure is most likely not going to reverse your essential hypertension or cure a disease that you have. It is used for symptom management, not disease control. So how do you do acupressure? Well, first of all, you can go to get a professional acupressure massage. You can go see a practitioner that knows how to do this and can really, really zone in and give you exactly what you need. So how do you do it for yourself? So maybe you can't go see a professional acupressurist and maybe not even a regular massage therapist, but you are at home, you want to do this, and I don't blame you because it's awesome. It's free. You absolutely can do it yourself. But the first thing I'll say is that if you are a pregnant woman, please make sure that you talk to your doctor first and that you really do your research on the different pressure points, because there are certain points that you absolutely should not be using because they will induce labor. So please make sure. Also, secondly, I am not a doctor. I am just talking from the experiences that I've had and the different things that have helped me to feel better. So to use acupressure and use the different pressure points all over the place, all you need are your two hands. You can use your hands, your fingers, your thumbs, your elbow. You could use a pen if you need to get in there. I have a couple of things that I really like to use that I use on a regular basis. One of them is a product called C-Bands, and they are these little anti-nausea bands that have these little things here that push on a pressure point, and I'll talk about that in my nausea pressure points video. My stepmom, when she was seasick once, even took Mentos candies and Band-Aids and taped them onto her pressure points with Band-Aids so she could have that thing pressing down. So you really don't have to get fancy. Those are pretty cheap. You can find them on Amazon. You can also use different tools like these. I also got these on Amazon, helping to send old Jeff to space in his Wiener rocket ship. So that happened this week. So these help you to do different things in different areas. Gua sha massage is really popular right now. This is what this is, used for different facial massage, but also to find and use different pressure points. I will say I really like this particular tool because it allows me to kind of get right in there. This is actually not a pressure point, but it helps me to get right in there and my hands and fingers don't get tired. So these are pretty cheap, but honestly, you could do the same thing with a pen, the end of a wooden spoon, whatever. But if you're interested in having different tools, these came in a set. I want to say they were like $7, $8 on Amazon. So you can use different tools. All you really need is right here. To actually use the pressure points and use the tools, what you will do is find the pressure point that you want to work on. And there is one right here. And you're just going to apply firm but gentle pressure for anywhere from 30 seconds to a few minutes in different amounts of time, depending on the point and what you are trying to take care of. So there are several different ones. Like I said, I'm going to have different videos that tell you the different points and what they do, but basically firm but gentle pressure always. And sometimes I like to do like a rubbing motion. That just helps me. I like it better than just pressing down. It kind of, like I said, it makes my hands not hurt as much. Gives it like a little massage kind of situation. It's really up to you. And then with a tool like this, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different areas that are all different thicknesses, depending on where you're trying to get into a very small spot or a bigger spot. It really just depends. And each pressure point and what you're trying to do is different. And there is a ton of information all over the internet, of course, about how to do it. But like I said, I'm going to have a few videos that have my favorite points. Finally, what are the side effects and symptoms that may come up from using acupressure? Acupressure shouldn't be painful, although it is not uncommon for you to have a little bit of soreness or maybe even slight bruising. If you're an easy bruiser, I bruise like a banana after you have done at an acupressure session. It is not uncommon, especially if you're getting it done by someone else. It's pretty common to get bruises, but it shouldn't hurt. It should just feel like firm pressure. If you're doing a acupressure massage in an area where the skin is more gentle, anywhere on your face, places like that, just make sure that you're being extra gentle in delicate areas. You always want to check with a doctor, obviously, whenever you're trying something new, especially, again, if you are pregnant. Please. You should never do acupressure on an open wound area, somewhere where you already have a bruise or varicose veins, anywhere where your skin is different than it normally should be. You should definitely not do anything on areas that have any kind of wound or abnormality. And finally, you want to make sure that you are aware of what the pressure points you're using are going to do. So it's not unusual for using different pressure points that you may experience a little bit of dizziness. You may experience sinus drainage. You may experience needing to go to the bathroom. It's like coffee, but in pressing on a point form. It's definitely not unusual. I mean, there are points that help you to go. Haven't pooped in a couple of days? Get right in here. And don't be surprised if you need to run to get there. I mean, it really depends on what you're doing and what kind of a pressure point you're using. So just make sure that you're familiar with what might happen to your body when you start pressing on these kind of powerful areas, because some stuff might go down that you are not prepared for. So make sure that you are doing your research. So those are my 5 things about acupressure that you may not have already known, and I am really interested to see if you will try it. I would love to know in the comments below, what symptoms are you dealing with that you are really hoping that acupressure will help you with? And keep an eye out for my other videos that actually talk about the pressure points and the instructions and the symptoms. Those will be right up behind this one, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys so much for going on this adventure with me. I hope that this video helps you to deal with whatever it is that you're going through. Keep coming back. Take care of you. And if no one has told you yet today, you deserve to live your best life. Bye. Parts of our body.
And can you bring out the office trash?
I am trying to record a video! Now is when we're going to decide to use Alexa as an intercom. I'm going to kill this kid. But at least he's doing his chores. Not disease control. I'm going to kill this kid. I do have to get him to teach me how to use that intercom function, though. That's pretty cool. Drinking my coffee. I just started drinking coffee. I'm so cool. I'm fitting in with all of my Power Mom peers with their Starbucks. If I have to suddenly leave filming this video because I'm about to poop my pants, that's how I know there was too much caffeine.